Hi, this question is all string different. So you're given a string array words, right? And then for every single string in the words, and it's going to be words at I index. So you have to convert into a difference integer array, right? So the difference at I is actually what? It's actually equal to this equation, right? And the starting position is going to be at 0, and the ending position is going to be 25. So it's going to be 0 to 25 from A to Z. And this is going to be pretty much it, right? So for this single array, right, you only have one string, right? And this is what ACB, right? So ACB is actually represent what? So A represents 0, B represent 1, C represent 2, right? So in this one, you have to start at this index and then subtract. So you're starting at index 1, subtract the previous index. So it's going to be what? Just a little bit backward. So it's going to be what? 2 minus 0 for the first difference. And the second difference is B minus C, right? So it's C minus A, comma, B minus C, right? And then so on, right? But you only have 3 lengths, right? So it's going to be what? 2 comma negative 1. So all the string in the words have the same difference integer array, right? Except 1. So you have to find it, right? So in this questions, it's pretty straightforward. So what we actually need to know is we need to know every single difference for every single array of string. So I need to create a table. So I'm going to create a 2D table. For the row, it's definitely the length of the. So this is rows, right? This is definitely the length of words. And then for the column, it's definitely what the length of single word, right? And they are actually the same. So the length of single word is actually what? 3, right? It actually depends, be honest, it actually depends. For this question is 3, but the constraint is from what? 3 to 20, if I remember correctly. And then you just have to find out the difference. So the first position is going to be what? D minus A, comma, C minus D. And then the second position is going to be what? Z minus W. And then Y minus Z. And this is B minus A, comma, C minus B. And then later on you will get what? This is definitely, you will get 3, 1. So I'm going to just say, just copy paste. 3, negative 1, 3, negative 1. And this is what? 1, 1. And then you traverse every single what? You traverse your metric. Okay, so let's say this is a metric. And then you traverse the metric, and then you want to compare your current index I. So I starting from 1 all the way to a minus 1, because you need to check I. So you need to check 3 array. So you starting from I, and then you want to check with what? I minus 1 and I plus 1. So if I is actually equal to I minus 1, and also I is actually equal to I plus 1. Okay, I plus 1, or whatever, and then you'll continue. But if I is actually equal to I minus 1, but not I does not equal to I plus 1, right? So we know like I plus 1 is definitely the what? The one difference, right? So another way is going to be I equal to I plus 1, and I does not equal to I minus 1. So we know it's definitely the previous one. Alright, so the idea is pretty straightforward. So let's look at the constraint. It's going to be a 2 to 20 for the n, and the words what? 3 to 100, sorry. So 3 to 100. So the length should be 3 to 100, and the n should be what? 2 to 20. Right, whatever. So let's start coding. So what I need to have is for the metric. So let's just metric. So it's gonna be new int. The row is gonna be what? The length of the words. The column is gonna be what? Just single word, right? The single word length, right? So I'm pulling out the first one, and then since this is the string, so you need the parenthesis, right? So I need to traverse, right? Traverse from what? 0 to the end of the word, right? So I need every single word, so it's gonna be a word I, right? So it's still gonna be traversed from what? A single word, right? But now in this case, we need to get two elements, right? So it's gonna be what? The j plus 1 minus j, right? So you need to know there is the index index outer bound, right? So it's going to be index awareness. Just have to know. So metric at ij, right? In this one, I need to what? Take my chart at what? At j plus 1 minus what's it? Chart at j, right? So let's not look at the I because I are the same, right? So j plus 1 minus j. So it's going to be the value for metric ij, right? And yeah, here we go. So now I actually have every single value, the difference value stored in the metric 2D array. So I can traverse, right? I can traverse. So for int, I'm going to start it from I equal to 1, I less than metric dot length minus 1, and then I plus plus. This is because I need a pre equal to what? Metric at I minus 1. I need my current. I need my next. So this is gonna be pretty much it, right? So why do I starting from I equal to 1? Because 1 minus 1 is actually equal to 0, so I starting from index 0 for the previous, right? And why do I end with metric dot length minus 1? This is because I need to get a next. So when I say n minus 1 plus 1, this will be the last in array, right? So I need a constraint, right? So if you want to compare the in array, you need to use the array equal, right? So I need to put what the two in array, right? So it's gonna be what? Pre and current, right? So if the pre and current are the same, and also I'm gonna just arrays dot equal. I'm gonna just copy this. If these are the same, but the current does not equal to the next, right? I know the next should be the difference one, right? I'm going to say next. But the problem is, well, I need to return the string, right? And I already know it's going to be I plus 1. So it's going to be what? We'll say I plus 1, right? And then exactly going to be the same thing. So current, next. So if they are equal, but not equal with what? Pre current. I need to return worth it I minus 1, right? And the last one is going to be what? Pre and next, and also not equal with what? Pre and current. So it's going to be what? Returns worth it I, right? So let me re-verify this. If the previous end is actually equal to the current, but the current does not equal to the next, so I need to return the next, right? So sometimes I just have to follow the pattern, right? Current, next, right? And this is what, just put a current pre, something like this. So if the pre is actually equal to the current, so the next has to be different with the current, so you return I plus 1. If the current is actually equal to the next, and definitely the previous, you want to return the previous, so previous does not equal to the current. If a previous and next are the same, but one of the previous or next does not equal to the current, then you'll return I, and then later on you'll just return empty because you need to return a string for the function. And this will be it, right? So let me run it. Yeah, submit. So I passed the entire test case. So let's look at the time and space. This is for a space, right? So it's gonna be what? All of n represent length of the words array, right? And the column is going to be all of m represent a single word length. So it's going to be 2 to 20, something like this. So the time, the space is going to be all of n, something like this. And this is going to be a time. So if I say n is what? As length of words, right? Then m is actually as length of words, a single word, and then it's gonna be the worst case, right? So space all of m, and then time all of n, right? And this is gonna be exactly the same thing, all of n for the first for loop, and then when you want to say equals, right, you actually check every single element. So it's gonna be all of m, so all of m, and then every single one are the same, right? So it's, the worst case is all of n. So time and space are actually the same. So let's see the debug mode. So start debugging. Alright, so again you will see what 3 negative 0, 3 negative 0, 3 negative 0, 1 1 0. So what you can actually do is you say -1 right over here, right? And alright, so let's just rerun. So it should be the same, but we can get rid of the last element. Alright, and the initial metric is like this. So you traverse, right? So go to the breakpoint. So if the previous and current are the same, yes, they are the same. But what current and next are not the same, right? So you'll return this one, right? So this is actually pretty straightforward. And yeah, that's it. And if you have any question, leave a comment below. Subscribe if you have any question. All right. All right. Peace out. Bye.